triple header back to back on Bash CFB Network. Welcome into the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl number 7, Michigan. Number 10, Florida squaring off. We're going to go ahead start with the starters today, starting with the offense. The Michigan Wolverines at quarterback today will be Shea Patterson, the junior transfer out of Ole Miss. Behind him will be fullback Ben Mason, and also the running back today, since we do have Karan Higdon sitting out, Chris Evans. At tight end, you got Sean McKeon and Zach Gentry, who are going to check in, and the three receivers are Nico Collins, Grant Perry, and Donovan Peoples-Jones. On the offensive line at the tackle position, on the right side, you got Andrew Stuber, and left side, John Runyon. On the guard position, right side, you got Michael Onwenu, and on the left side, you got Ben Bredson, and the center is Caesar Reese. Now for the defense, they will go up against that Florida at defensive end. You got Jabari Zuniga at nose tackle. You got Kyrie Campbell, and defensive tackle is Adam Schuler. Jakai Polite is a buck, which is another defensive end outside linebacker hybrid. Star back is Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and the linebackers are David Reese and Voshan Joseph. Cornerbacks today, on the left side, you got C.J. Henderson. On the right side, Trey Dean, the freshman. And at strong safety, you got Brad Stewart, and free safety, Donovan Steiner. Now for the offense for the Florida Gators. Quarterback today will be Felipe Franks, a redshirt sophomore, getting another start here in a New Year's Six bowl, the first time he started at a New Year's Six bowl game. Jordan Scarlett, the guy behind him at running back, although we will look out for LaMichael Pirine to check in. Sayante Lewis is the tight end today, while the wide receivers are Van Jefferson, Tyree Cleveland, and Josh Hammond. On the offensive line, on the tackle position, right side, Jawan Taylor, left side, Martez Ivy. On the guard position, right side, Fred Johnson, left side is Tyler Jordan, and the center is Nick Buchanan. Now for the defense of Michigan, despite the fact that a lot of people are out, let's go ahead and look at this. Kwity Paye is the defensive end on one side. Chase Winovich is the buck. Again, the hybrid between linebacker and defensive end. Carlo Kemp is a defensive tackle. Lawrence Marshall is the nose tackle. The Viper is Kalik Hudson, excuse me. I said Kaliki. I don't know why. I know who that is. Joshua Uke will be the middle linebacker. Devin Gill will be the weak outside linebacker. David Long is the right side cornerback, while Lavert Hill is on the left side of the cornerback. Free safety is Tyree Kinnell, and strong safety Josh Metellus. Special teams for Michigan, punter Will Hart. Quinn Nordine is a place kicker. Cameron Cheeseman, will be the long snapper. Will Hart will hold. Jake Moody will be the kickoff specialist. Donovan Peoples-Jones and Kalik Hudson will be the punt returners, and kick returners will be Ambry Thomas and Lavert Hill. Sitting today will be Rashawn Gary, Devin Bush, and Karan Higdon for the NFL draft. For the Gators, Tommy Townsend is going to be the punter. Place kickers, Evan McPherson. Ryan Farr is going to be the long snapper, and the holder is Tommy Townsend as well. Freddie Swain and Kadarius Toney are going to be your punt returners, and Kadarius Toney with Freddie Swain as well as the kick returners. Quincy Lenton, Marco Wilson, Malik Davis, and Kyle Trask are all out today with injuries, or as part of the injured reserves. Florida Gators come in 9-3 on the season. All three losses happening in the SEC, finishing 5-3 and second in a tie in the Eastern Division. Coming to you from Gainesville, Florida, head coach Dan Mullen runs a multiple scheme on offense and a 4-3 on defense. Now for Michigan, they come in 10-2, but only losing one game in the Big Ten, only to Ohio State in the season finale, in which they won redemption. Jim Harbaugh, coming from Ann Arbor, Michigan, runs also a multiple scheme and a 3-4 defensive scheme. It will be very fun to watch this game. I can't wait to get this started. All right, so we will be right back when we get the game going. We are here for the coin toss. Florida's captain for today, number 73, Martez Ivy, and 4 captains on the other side, including Chase Winovich. And excuse me, there's a buffer. All right, sorry. You got Tyreek Hill, Chase Winovich, also in the middle. Then you got Grant Perry. And finally, number 74, Ben Bredson. Coin toss is called at this neutral field. And Florida wins the toss here. And they decide to defer, I believe. So I believe Florida's going to go ahead and defer indeed. And it looks like Michigan will start with the football. And we'll be back when the game is ready to get started. We are getting set to kick off in Atlanta for the Peach Bowl. Here we are. Sending it deep is going to be the Florida Gators. Starting this ball game off. As this one will go right off of the foot of Jack Ruskell, and we will get set. Sorry, Evan McPherson, and taken from the end zone, right side, trying to make a cut up the field, out to the 31, and it's going to be Michigan football after a good return here. So here comes Shea Patterson in this offense. Chris Evans going to start at running back as well instead of Karan Higdon. Shea Patterson has been very much more efficient rather than he has in the past against the likes of Alabama, LSU. Against good opponents, he's been the exception of Ohio State and Notre Dame, Wisconsin, Northwestern, Penn State, he played very well in. Chris Evans behind him in the pistol formation with Gentry to the right side. Two guys wide right, one guy wide left. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff up the middle. No, fake handoff. There goes Shea Patterson. Breaking to the outside, out to the 40. Patterson to the 50, goes out of bounds at the 47-yard line of Florida. And a first down. Wolverines into Florida territory after just a kickoff and one play from scrimmage. Great job by Shea Patterson reading that defensive end, pulling in. It looked like it was a designed inside zone run, but that pulling guard was meant for Shea Patterson if Shea Patterson decided to hand it all, or to keep it, excuse me. One guy short to each side of Patterson and a tight end also to each side of Patterson. Donovan Peoples-Jones to the left. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff up the middle. Chris Evans is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. And a nice tackle in the middle by David Reese, in the junior linebacker out of Farmington, Michigan, playing in a very big game for him, trying to make a big impact against his in-state team that he decided to go to Florida instead of staying in-state to either Michigan or Michigan State. Wilson, the deep back here for Michigan, on a 2nd and 9. Two tight ends to the right side for Shea Patterson in the ace formation. Man in motion, hikes the ball. Here's the handoff on the jet sweep to the right side, and he's got a first down up the sideline. Can he go? Touchdown, Wolverines! It looks like Christian Turner gets the big touchdown run for Michigan. What a start. Christian Turner. We have not heard this guy's name in so long, or in really all season long, but now with the absence of Karan Higdon, checking in a new guy, this is the 4th-string running back. True Wilson, of course, the 3rd string behind Chris Evans, but now 4th-string running back gets a touchdown. I believe that's his first on the season. 46 yards to the house. 3 plays, 68 yards, only a minute 21 taken off the clock. 13:39 remaining in the first quarter. And the play is under further review, so we'll be right back. See if he stepped out of bounds. He tiptoed along the sideline. We'll be right back for the call here in a bit. Christian Turner to the house, awaiting the rolling on the field. It is called a touchdown. And they're cheering in there. I can't tell if that's from the blue and orange side or the maize and blue side. 6-0 would be the score with a touchdown pending an extra point by Quinn Nordine. Now I'm getting word that they are going to bring back the touchdown that Christian Turner did step out of bounds. And indeed it is overturned, so we're back to 0-0 here in the first quarter. They're going to mark this 3rd and 1. So Florida, from allowing a touchdown on a big play, goes from that to now with a chance to get off the field here. Maybe with a tackle for a loss, but at least stopping them at the line of scrimmage, maybe be able to make a stand and allow 0 points here. Let's see Michigan with 2 plays being very clever play calls. The other one just kind of a basic run up the middle. Ben Mason checks in the game, the big fullback, the sophomore, as a deep back. Gentry to the right side. McKeon to the left side as the tight ends. 3 tight ends set here in the ace formation. Ben Mason to deep back. Hikes the ball. Here's a hit up. Ben Mason got that first down. So Michigan moving that football right down the field here, despite the fact that they had the touchdown called back. Oh, sorry, they called him short by a few inches. So Ben Mason's going to stay in the game, and we got a 4th and 1. They're going to measure, it looks like. And indeed, they bring out the chains to measure. It's apparent that it's short right now, but we'll see if it stays that way. And yep, it's short. Short by a few inches, so we're going to get a 4th and 1 attempt here for the Wolverines of Michigan. At 0 apiece, we thought we had a touchdown in this ball game between the Wolverines and the Gators early. So now here comes Shea Patterson lining up in the power I formation. 2 fullbacks behind him. 1 to the right side is McKeon. Now McKeon will go to the right side. 2 tight ends set here under center. Patterson. Will he sneak it ahead? No, he's going to hand it off. Ben Mason didn't get there. Florida says no. And it's turned over. Florida with a big stand on Ben Mason. Will they measure it to check? They're not quite switching it over yet to say definite that it is Florida football. They have not definitively said Florida football. They raised their hands to stop the clock, and they're going to go ahead and measure this. Measure it yet again here. Ben Mason upended and tried to fight forward, and it looks like he's short just by the human eye. But every single inch matters here in this situation. So let's see if Florida can dodge a bullet here. Lined up at the 37-yard line of Florida early in this game. Let's see the chains gain. They're going to get set. It just looks short to me. And it is. Florida gets a stop, and it'll be Florida football. A big stop by the Gators. And they were known for being able to do that against Georgia a couple times. 7 plays inside the 2-yard line against the Georgia Bulldogs. Held them to a field goal at the end of it after a personal foul on a 4th and goal situation. It's just crazy. So here comes Felipe Franks and George Scarlett with 3 guys split out wide right, 1 guy to the left. No tight ends in this formation. Franks in the shotgun formation out of his own 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Florida. 13:07 to play in the first quarter. Man in motion. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. Fake it back to the throw. Pressure. Eludes it. Throws it away. And there might have been a receiver in the area. There was. Incomplete pass, as the technical intended target would be Jordan Scarlett out of the backfield, but it was thrown out of bounds. However, there was an intended target, and it might have even been thrown in the backfield. "13 minutes on the dot left to go here. 1 safety deep for Michigan, showing a little bit of pressure in this 4-3 set. Sends a man in motion. Scarlett to the right side. Hikes the ball. Here's a hand off to Scarlett, and he's dropped in the backfield. Chase Winovich getting in there. Josh Ross, another guy who's going to share the credit for a tackle, and Chase Winovich, though, got that play as well. Those 2 guys on the right side just collapsed on that run, and it'll be a 3rd and very long here for Felipe Franks. Be curious to see what Dan Mullen does if he'll stay conservative on 3rd and 13. 2 guys wide right, 1 guy high wide left. Takes the ball back to throw. Rolling out to the right. Franks throws on the run. Incomplete, out of bounds. And it'll be fourth down. He intended that pass to Tyree Cleveland, I believe. And a 3-and-out for Michigan. That's great job by Michigan to go ahead and respond following getting stuffed on a fourth down, being able to get off the field, allowing -3 yards and 0 for 2 through the air. No completions. Great job by the stifling Michigan defense, who allowed more than 24 just one time in their season finale against Ohio State. So now here comes the punter, Tommy Townsend, and there's a flag. It's going to have to move back here. 12:22 to play in the first quarter. In just a second. And the punt here, fair caught at the 5. It'll be Michigan ball with 12:11 in the first quarter. When we come back, having a little bit of issues, but trying to figure it out. So we'll be back in just a second. Welcome back out here, Atlanta, Georgia, for the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl here in 2018. As we count down the days in 2018, ball's at the 5-yard line here for Michigan. 1st and 10. Tight end to the left side, man in motion. It's going to be Chris Evans. Now empty backfield for Shea Patterson. Nickel set and flags. Whistles blow and flags are down. And it's a false start on Michigan, 2.5-yard line now. Following that play, so here comes a 1st and 12 at the 2.5-yard line. Patterson in the pistol formation with the tight end to the left side. 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right. Patterson looking at a 3-3-5 nickel set defense. Likes the ball. Here's the handoff up the middle. Evans going to break a tackle, and Evans getting out to about the 8-yard line. So it'll be a 2nd and 7 following a gain of about 5. Shea Patterson making yet another start at Michigan. Started every single game this season, including the 2 losses to Ohio State and Notre Dame, and the 2 big wins against Wisconsin and Penn State. Also beat Northwestern on the road in comeback fashion. 2 tight ends set here in the ace formation with Evans as a deep back. Evans going to get the handoff left side, breaking a tackle. Evans won't go down easy and getting a gain of about 3 out to the 11-yard line before he is wrapped up and taken down. Give credit there to Jeremiah Moon, the sophomore linebacker. 3rd and 3. 3rd and 4, really. 3rd and 4, excuse me. 2 guys wide left, 2 guys wide right here. Gentry is split to the left side with Nico Collins. Evans to the left side of Patterson. Back to throw. Looking deep to Gentry, and Gentry's got it at the 35. Gentry's wrapped up and taken out of bounds at the 38-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for Michigan. Jawan Taylor was the one who made the tackle. And in coverage, big guy tight end. You got Gentry, who's about 6'6", 6'7". In fact, he does come in to this ball game listed at 6'8", from Albuquerque, New Mexico, from El Dorado High School. Turner, the deep back in the pistol formation with Gentry to the left side. Acts the ball. Here's the handoff to Turner, and Turner is going to get wrapped up and taken down after a gain of maybe 2 by Jawan Taylor. And you look at Jawan Taylor, and Jawan Taylor is a junior who's probably going to be able to declare to the draft if he really wants to be a 2nd or 3rd round guy, maybe even a 1st rounder. 6 foot, 202 pounds from Montgomery, Alabama, from Park Crossing High School, rather good high school in the state. Back to throw here. Shea Patterson looking deep. Oh, it's incomplete on the crossing pattern. Tried to get McKeon. Looked deep and dumped it off on a crossing route that would have been around the sticks. Kind of looked like he was looking in the direction of Ronnie Bell, the freshman wide receiver, who we're expecting to step up. 3rd and 9 here, and it's a big 3rd down again for Michigan and Florida. Tyreek Black checks in the game. 2 guys wide right is Black and Peoples-Jones with 2 tight ends. Gentry on the left side. Right side is McKeon with Wilson in the backfield to the left side. True Wilson. Hikes the ball back to throw. Pressure, and he's sacked. Dropped in the backfield. C.J. Henderson comes on that blitz. And a tremendous sack by Henderson on a defensive back blitz. And it'll be a 4th and 16 now. We're going to see Will Hart check into the game, and he gets this punt off cleanly. Hart drives this one to the right side, and it's fair caught around the 25. Not the greatest punt in the world, but it'll do nonetheless for Michigan, as they don't allow anything disastrous. And we'll be back soon. And we are back out here in Atlanta, Georgia, where the Florida Gators will take over at the 25-ish yard line here in the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl of 2018. This is college football on BSN, Bash CFB Network. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit that like button, and comment what you think. Two guys wide right, one guy wide left with a tight end to the left side here. Ball at the 25. Franks hikes the ball, play action, back to throw, throws a quick slant, and it's going to be caught. So back into the positive yardage. It will be a second and maybe 1 or 2. Van Jefferson comes down with this football. 2nd and 2 coming up here at the 33-yard line. Felipe Franks going under center. Checking into the game to the left side is LaMichael Pirine. Pirine gets a handoff, and now here's Felipe Franks cutting it upfield and out to the 43, and a nice run by Felipe Franks for 10 yards and a first down. Now you're going to see Felipe Franks take off and run a little bit. He's not the fastest guy, but if there's a yardage to be gained, he'll pull it down and take it to the green area and go ahead and get down and not injure himself. That's what you want to see. 2 guys wide right, 1 guy wide left. Ball on the left hash with LaMichael Pirine to the right side of Felipe Franks. Lewis to the left side as a tight end in the backfield. Hikes the ball. Here's a handoff. Pirine hurdling over and tripped up. After a gain of maybe 1 yard, it'll be a second down coming up here for the Florida Gators. Felipe Franks with about 8:10 left to go and counting. 3 guys wide right. Man in motion, they're going to go ahead and send 1 guy wide left now with a tight end to the left side as well. Franks back to throw, looking left side, dumps it off. LaMichael Pirine breaks a tackle and steps out of bounds near the 49-yard line. Be a 3rd and about 4 here for Florida. They need to get to around the 48-yard line to have a first down. 3 plays on this drive, 18 yards, a 9-yard rush by Felipe Franks is the longest play thus far in this drive. Felipe Franks, empty backfield set, 2 guys wide left, 3 guys wide right on the left hash mark. Franks watching Chase Winovich on that left side, hikes the ball back to throw, safety blitz, dumps it off quickly. It's a screen to LaMichael Pirine for a first down out to the 45. And a mid-screen goes ahead and gets him a first down in a tremendous play call there on a 3rd and 4 situation in which everyone else that wasn't coming on a blitz was rather backed off in coverage. Very interesting approach. They do get out to the 44-yard line of Michigan now. LaMichael Pirine to the right side with the tight end to the right side as well. Hikes the ball back to throw. Dumps it to the left side over the top. Got him! Van Jefferson to the 10. 1st and goal. Out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 3-yard line. Florida with a big play to Van Jefferson in the slot. And that's what killed Michigan against Ohio State was those slot receivers. That's why Chris Olave had such a big day. Trying to go quickly with LaMichael Pirine. Now here's the fake pass, and the Franks is going to take it to the left side, and gets around the line of scrimmage at the 3-yard line. Felipe Franks is a big-bodied quarterback, so he's able to try to power in. He's 6'6", 240. The redshirt sophomore. 6.5 minutes and counting to play here in the first quarter. Michigan trying to hold. Chase Winovich kind of quiet outside of maybe 2 tackles, but not really as far. Gets wide right, 1 guy wide left. Man in motion to the left side. Now Franks is going to take off with it. Franks out to the 3 still, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage for a 3rd and goal, where Michigan's just playing sideline to sideline, very disciplined. They tried to get him on a play action, but Michigan not fighting down on it. They covered the flat very well. The man running the flat was Freddie Swain, who came in motion and lined up as a tight end in the formation. Third and goal with 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Felipe Franks. Third and goal on right hash. Franks and Swain in motion. Ikes the ball back to throw. Throwing a fade. Can he get it? No! Broken up. Khalil Hudson. And it'll be a 4th and goal with 5:41 to play in the first. And it looks like Florida's going to have to send on the field goal unit to kick extra point, maybe a yard behind the marker. That's where they're going to mark it. So here comes the place kicker, Evan McPherson. 15 for 17, 88% on the season. This is a 21-yard attempt. And the snap's to a kick on the way in right through. 3-0 Florida, who had a position where they could have possibly went down 7-0 early, dodged that bullet. Michigan dodges one here. 3-0 Florida when we come back. Back out here in Atlanta for the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl. The score is 3-0 now for the Florida Gators, leading on the Michigan Wolverines early. Florida, of course, 0-4 against the Wolverines. 2 losses in the last couple of years, 2015 and 2017, the previous 2 meetings played in the opening week last season. 2 teams with hype that disappointed. Florida more so than Michigan. Michigan finished 8-5. Florida finished 4-7, not going to a bowl game. Now here in the New Year's Six Bowl at 9-3. Here's a kick by McPherson. And it's not going to be fielded here deep by Peoples-Jones. So here comes Shea Patterson yet again out to the 25-yard line, who started hot, got going offensively, but an overturned touchdown call really changed the demeanor of this football game for the Wolverines. McKeon into the game, Gentry into the game. Gentry's going to line up to the left side of Shea Patterson in the backfield. 2 tight end set with Gentry as a fullback. Now they're going to motion him and make a 3 tight end set. Evans in the backfield behind Patterson. Now motions out McKeon's wide left. Evans gets the fake handoff. Patterson dumps it off deep. Incomplete, too far. This one was intended over the top to Nick Eubanks, but Eubanks couldn't quite get it. The tight end, they also throw in there. He's a 3rd tight end, yet he makes plays. McKeon, Eubanks, and Gentry are tremendous tight ends, and that's kind of Michigan's identity. Tight end you, if you want to put it that way. Patterson with a tight end to the right side. McKeon now motions out Chris Evans to make 3 guys wide right, 1 guy wide left with tight end to the right side. Hikes the ball back to throw. Patterson looking to dump it off quickly. Incomplete, intended for Grant Perry, and it'll be a 3rd and 10. Grant Perry, the senior, feels like he's been here forever at Michigan. Kind of that guy you see here and there. Nico Collins also in the game to that left side. They're going to go ahead and huddle up here, but he was on that left side. I made a mistake. Wilson to the right side of Shea Patterson. 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right with Gentry as a tight end to the left side. Hikes the ball back to throw. Patterson looking right. Dumps it. Corner. Caught! Nico Collins with the big catch around the sticks at the 36. Going to be an 11-yard gain for 1st down. They needed 10. Tremendous job by Michigan's Nico Collins going up and getting a jump ball. True Wilson's still in the game as the running back behind Shea Patterson in the pistol. McKeon to the left side, Gentry to the right side with Peoples-Jones split out to the right and Nico Collins split out to the left as True Wilson moves to the right side and whistle's blown. Timeout, Florida. So we'll be right back here in a minute when this timeout has run its course. We are back out here in the big Atlanta, Georgia. Mercedes-Benz Stadium. As Michigan has the football at the 36-yard line following a first down catch by Nico Collins, the first timeout called of this ball game here in the first quarter with about 5 minutes remaining. Kind of a long first quarter for two very stingy defenses and two teams that like to run the ball. Excuse me if the audio sounded weird there. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff to Chris Evans, juking to the left. Now Chris Evans going back to that right side, and he's going to get stopped at the 39-yard line. I think they're going to go ahead and give it to him at 39 by Jawan Taylor yet again coming up there. And he's starting to play that safety corner hybrid, as in he likes to drop back in a safety position sometimes, but a lot of times they will also leave one deep safety. Hikes the ball back to throw. Patterson looking left. Takes a shot deep to the left side. Going up, it's Nico Collins. He's dragging a defender out of bounds at the 20. We're going to go ahead and mark it at the 21, and a big play, Nico Collins from Shea Patterson up the left sideline for a first down right outside that red zone. And now checking into the game, I believe will be True Wilson at running. No, sorry, it'll be Turner. Christian Turner in at running back. Going to break the huddle. Shea Patterson lining up in the pistol formation. Turner behind him. And tied into the right side is Eubanks. Left side McKeon. Also a wide receiver to each side of Shea Patterson. Turner behind Patterson looking at this 3-4 defense. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. Christian Turner slicing up field, getting it out to the 19-yard line. It's in the red zone. So he's wrapped up and taken down by Joseph. And you look at Voshon Joseph, the junior linebacker from Miami, likes to play on that outside, contain the edge, very quick guy too. So we've seen the linebacker position develop to be more and more athletic, especially on the outside. And the interior a little bit different, but still rather athletic. Motions back in Chris Evans, now to the left side. Two guys wide right, now motions a man to the right side, Grant Perry. McKee on to the right side as a tight end. Back to throw. Looking quick. It's going to be caught. Chris Evans lowering the shoulder, getting out near the sticks, but not quite there. It'll be a third and about 1. They're about 1.5 yards out from the sticks with 3:10 left to go here for the Wolverines in the red zone. They could tie it up here, but their ultimate goal is to take the lead with a touchdown. Checking into the game is Ben Mason and True Wilson. 7 plays, 63 yards, 2:45 taken off the clock here. Ben Mason as a fullback, True Wilson the deep back with 2 tight ends to the left side, 1 wide receiver to the right side, split short. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. True Wilson to the left side, and he gets the first down out to the 10. I believe this will be a 1st and goal if they mark it where I think they will, and they will mark it 1st and goal, True Wilson. And that's the thing. They were pinching up the middle to gather up enough leverage to go ahead and stuff Ben Mason. True Wilson was able to run on off tackle to the left side and get a couple of yards for a 1st down. Smart play call, not just sticking to your bread and butter, which is sticking with Ben Mason, considering they have stopped him twice in a row earlier in this quarter. 2:10 remaining in the first. Hikes the ball. Play action. Throws. End zone. Donovan Peoples-Jones makes a grab. Touchdown, Michigan. Wow, what a play by Donovan Peoples-Jones to go and get that on a back shoulder pass, diving after it in a 9-yard touchdown to Donovan Peoples-Jones. That's 9 plays, 75 yards, 3:34 taken off the clock with 2:03 remaining in the first quarter. The score is 6-3 Michigan with the lead now. Tremendous catch by Donovan Peoples-Jones in the red zone. Snap good, kick up, and good. Gordon Nordine hits it to make it 7-3. We'll be back. Michigan takes the lead. Start of the second quarter. I apologize. Emory Jones. Oh, sorry. Whoa. Got a new quarterback into the game. Emory Jones. Jones will keep it. Jones lowers shoulder and gets the stick. It looks like it'll be second down. A nice run by Emory Jones. Staying in the game is Jones. Interesting little mix up here. Emory Jones with Scarlett to the left side. Three guys wide right, one guy wide left. Stacking the box is Michigan. Showing blitz off the edge with the Winovich on the left side. One deep tight end is Laura Hill. Or safety. I don't know why I said tight end. Now here's the pitch. Jordan Scarlett trying to get the edge. Jordan Scarlett stiff arming and gets that first down. That's at about the 17. What a play by the Gators. Interesting to see Emory Jones still in the game. Two guys wide right, one guy wide left. Sorry, two guys wide left, two guys wide right, I believe. Hikes the ball, pump fake. Now here's Emory Jones keeping it to the left side, and Emory Jones is going to get out to the 14-yard line. And now Emory Jones will finally get off the field. And here's Felipe Franks, an interesting little wrinkle that Dan Mullen throws the way of Michigan. 2nd and 7 at the 14-yard line. Needs to get down to the 7-yard line for a first down. Jordan Scarlett going to the left side of Felipe Franks with the tight end to the right side. One deep safety for the Michigan Wolverines, showing a pressure with 7 guys in the box here for Michigan's 4-3 defense. Hikes the ball back to throw. Frank's going to dump it off to... Oh, it's incomplete. Dropped by Scarlett. Not pretty. Jordan Scarlett had a lot of green in front of him if he could have just hung on to that. So here's a 3rd and 7. Felipe Franks 5 and 9 for 93 yards in this ball game. It's 18 yards per completion. Over 18 yards per completion, I should say. Empty backfield here for Felipe Franks. One deep safety. And he's not that deep. He's only surrounding the 6. Okay, they go ahead and press back on it. Now here's Felipe Franks going to keep it. Lowers the shoulder. Gets out to the 9. Franks wants to go for it. Will they go for it? It's 4th and 2. They are still on the field. 4th and 2 at the 9. They're going to go ahead and come off the field. And here comes the kicking unit. Evan McPherson. McPherson lines up. Here's yet another field goal attempt. 16 for 18 now this year. 1 for 1. Hit a 20-yard earlier. Snap good. Kicks good. 7-6. We got a good ball game here. Defense is holding when they need to on all but one possession. We'll be back. McPherson set to kick this one deep and does. And it's going over the head and out of the end zone. Peoples-Jones. So here's a 1st and 10. 12:22 to play here. Michigan leads by 1 in the 2nd quarter. Peoples-Jones on the screen pass to the right side. Peoples-Jones slicing upfield to get a gain of 5 yards out to the right side. Second down and 5 coming up here for Michigan with 12:15 left to go with Shea Patterson with True Wilson to the right side. Tight end Zach Gentry to the right side as well for Shea Patterson. Man in motion, and there's movement. There is a flag. And it's going to be a false start on Michigan. Bad penalty on their side. Second and 10 coming up here. True Wilson to the right side. Patterson sending a man in motion is going to be Donovan Peoples-Jones. Hikes the ball back to throw. Patterson's going to dump it off to the right side. True Wilson trying to make a man miss and can't. 2 yards. Third and 8 coming up here for Michigan. True Wilson to the right side. 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right. Here on this third and 8 with 11 minutes. Hikes the ball back to throw. Patterson's going to keep it. He's going to get near the sticks. It stops short at the 34. Henderson on the tackle. It'll be a 4th down for the Wolverines. So now here's the punt unit. Will Hart coming in to punt this one away. Snap good, and here's a punt. Oh, off the left of his foot. Bounces at the 35 and goes out of bounds. That was a bad punt by Will Hart. That's not what Michigan prides itself on. They pride themselves on field positioning, and we'll be back. Stay soon. Welcome back. Gators with the football. 6-7. They trail here with 10:08 left to play. Hikes the ball to the right side. Michael P. right out to the 45. And down out of bounds in Michigan territory at the 48. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. And it's P. Ryan again. So here we go on the 2nd and 8. Felipe Franks back to throw. Looking right. Now looking back left. Pressure. Flag comes down. Franks eludes it. And Franks is just going to scoot out of bounds around the 43. So it'll be brought back after a holding call on the Gators. Looks like it's going to be called on P. Ryan. So it'll be a 3rd and 8. Sorry, 3rd and 8. Or 2nd and 18. 2 guys wide right, 2 guys wide left with P. Ryan to the right side. Franks now motions a man to be the tight end to the right side. So now 1 guy wide right, 2 guys wide left with tight end to the right side, and Michael P. Ryan to the right as well. Hikes the ball back to throw. Felipe Franks dumps it off underneath. And the crossing route doesn't work despite the fact Ohio State was able to do it. Kadarius Toney nowhere to go. 3rd and about 17, 18 as Josh Metellus comes up with the tackle. So 3rd and 18. Hikes the ball back to throw. Franks steps up. Franks delivers deep. Lays it out there. Incomplete. Intended for Toney. Kadarius Toney couldn't quite get it, and it'll be a 4th and 18. C heads back to the sideline. And the entire Florida team comes to the sideline. And Michigan going to hold to a punt. Into the game comes Tommy Townsend. Standing deep. Donovan Peoples-Jones and whistles. Believe this will be a false start on the Gators. And here's a snap. Blocked! Blocked by Michigan! What a play! The man who blocked it also recovered it, I believe. This one was Jordan Glasgow, the senior linebacker who got in there. What a play by the Wolverines special teams. and they suffered the butt end of a blocked punt against Ohio State. Got a lot, really changed the game there. Now a possible game-changing block punt themselves for them in favor of the Wolverines. So here we go. Man in motion, hikes the ball, here's a fake handoff. Now he's going to give it to Chris Evans to the left side. Evans trying to break a tackle and muscled down at the 28. Seven to 6. Sorry, 2nd and 8, excuse me. Patterson back to throw. Patterson pressured and he's knocked down for a sack. Ran into his own lineman. Third down. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Patterson on 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Patterson pressured. He fumbles! Tried to flip it forward. It's going to be recovered by Christian Turner. Running around! Christian Turner saves the play and gets a gain. So now here comes Moody. Jake Moody to kick the field goal. 4th and 10. This is about a 46-yarder. Snap good. Moody! And it is not good. No, it's good. Sorry, it's good. They were signaling the Florida players as if it was missed, but it's good. Michigan up 10 to 6. We'll be back. Welcome back. Kickoff touchback for the Gators. Felipe Franks. Hikes the ball. He's going to throw over the middle, and it's going to be caught. Van Jefferson for a good gain of about, let's go, 7 yards out to the 32. It'll be a 2nd and 3 coming up here. Jordan Scarlett in the backfield to the left side. A wide receiver split out left to two guys wide right with the tight end to the right side. Felipe Franks fakes the handoff. Franks is going to take it to the left side. Franks has space. Franks out to the 30 or out to the 40, of Michigan. And a great run for Felipe Franks. First and 10 now here for the Florida Gators as they go ahead and mark that ball at the 38, 39 maybe? I don't know. Can't tell. Just freezing it for a second. They're not putting that ball down yet. Okay, there we go. Still going. Okay. Come on, let's go. 38-yard line. I don't know what they were doing, what they were talking about, but now the clock's going to start. 5:05 left to go here in the second quarter at the 38-yard line for Felipe Franks. Jordan Scarlett to the left side. Hikes the ball. Here's Scarlett taking it to the right side. A gain of about 5. As we tick under the 5-minute mark here, 4:40 left to go. Second and 5 coming up here. Hikes the ball. Here's the throw off the play action and almost picked off on that left side. No flag thrown. Played tremendously well here by Brandon Watson, the defensive back. Senior defensive back Brandon Watson making a play from Wilmington, Delaware, from Eastern Christian Academy. 5'11", 204. Almost made a tremendous diving pick. I actually like the no call there. I think it was good. 50-50 hand fighting, and he was able to make a play on the ball. Man in motion to the tight end. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. Jordan Scarlett to the left side. He's going to be wrapped up, but I think he got that first down. Gain of about 6 or 7 yards for Jordan Scarlett. First and 10, back to throw, pump fake. Felipe Franks pressured. He's going to get wrapped up and sacked. A tremendous job off the edge by Devin Gill. 2nd and long now coming up here for Florida. They're going to go ahead and give it a 2nd and about timeout here for an injured Wolverine. It's about 2nd and 16, I think. So we'll be back as we attend for Michael Dwumful. 2nd and 19 following the injury. I was way off on how far the sack yardage drove back. Chase Winovich showing pressure off the edge along with his teammates. Khalid Hudson. Franks. Back to throw, pressure off the edge, steps up into the pocket. He's going to take off to the right side, out to the 30. He's going to get out to the 25 and forced out of bounds around the 21-yard line. A great gain for Felipe Franks, maybe 15 yards. Just stepped up and took off into the green, and that's what I talked about earlier in this ball game is when you get a quarterback that's not afraid to do that, it's tremendous. His whistles blow. Your 3rd and 10. I don't know what the problem is now. I think it might be an injury for Michigan yet again. Coming off the field, I don't see where that would be. Quite confused because the water personnel is on the field with all the water bottles for Florida. Just keep stopping play here, and it's kind of annoying. This is third. Now, is it an injury or is it? Nope, they're going to just give Michigan water too. Is there an injury? I don't see an injury. Is there an injury? I just don't. I don't see an injury here. I don't see an injured player anywhere. I am just tremendously confused about what just happened. But it's 3rd and 4. I didn't see anyone come off the field gingerly. I didn't see anyone down at all. There was no one. Nothing. 3rd and 4 coming up here with LaMichael Pirine to the right side. 1 guy wide right, 3 guys wide left. Motions Pirine to the left side to make it 4 guys wide left. Franks with pressure being shown by the safety for Michigan. Tyreek Kinnell presses up as a safety. Another safety to the right side. Ikes the ball back to the throw. Now he's going to take it on a draw. Franks to the end zone. Launches in. Touchdown, Gators. Felipe Franks, 20 yards to the house. And the Gators have the lead. 2 rushes in a row, 35 yards, 9 carries for 70 yards. Wow. Who knew Felipe Franks could do this on the ground? He's not fast, but he's gritty. The kick up and good. And the Gators now claim the lead. We'll be back. 2:41 to play in the second quarter. And here's the kick sent into the end zone for a touchback. So here we go, 10-13, Florida reclaims the lead after being up 3-0 at a point. That's the last lead they had. Two tight end set to the right side. Chris Evans is a deep back in the ace formation. Hikes the ball, play action back to throw. Patterson looking deep. He's going to deliver on a corner. Is that caught? It's caught. What a catch by Donovan Peoples-Jones. Off of a tip, I think, Peoples-Jones was able to gather it. And that was a tremendous play by Donovan Peoples-Jones for a first down. Ball out to the 39. Evans to the left side, tight end to the right. Hikes the ball, play action. Now here's a screen to the left side. Donovan Peoples-Jones trying to get the edge and force out of bounds at the 43. Second and 6. 2 minutes left to play here and counting in the second quarter. Snaps the ball. Here's the handoff. Chris Evans up the middle, and he's going to get out to about the 49. So here's a first down throw to Tyreek Black out to the right side, getting a gain of about 5 or 6. As we tick to near a minute and a half, Michigan trying to drive before the half and get a score. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff right side to Evans, and he's stopped in the backfield for a loss. Polite on the tackle, and it'll be a timeout for Michigan, and Ja'Kai Polite makes a big play. So we'll be back in just a second to cap off this first half of this Peach Bowl 2018. Third and 7 coming up here. Two guys wide right, split short on the right hash mark. One guy wide left. Man in motion is Peoples-Jones out to the left side. Perry's only isolated to the right side with Gentry as well as a tight end to the right. Hikes ball. Here's a quick throw. Left side. Falling on a catch is Nico Collins, having to go and get it low. .56 seconds and counting. Hikes the ball back to throw. Throws underneath, incomplete, intended for Grant Perry with 51 seconds left. Second and 10. Patterson. True Wilson to the left side of him. McKeon to the left side as well as a tight end. One guy wide left, two guys wide right. Hikes the ball. Here's a handoff. True Wilson up the middle and timeout. I think timeout. Nope. Just whistles because of a little bit of scrappiness on the field. It'll be a third down coming up. Michigan's not going to use a timeout. They're going to go quickly. Nico Collins with 30 seconds left splits out to the right side with Grant Perry. One guy wide left, Donovan Peoples-Jones. McKee on the tight end to the left side with True Wilson to the right. 20 seconds. Timeout, Michigan with 18 left to play, and we'll be back for the conclusion of this first half. Empty backfield as we come back here to the conclusion. 3 guys split left, 2 guys split right. McKee on one of them as he goes in motion to the right side of the lineup as a tight end. Hikes the ball, fakes the screen, back to throw. Patterson takes a shot deep, incomplete. Intended for Donovan Peoples-Jones again, and it's 4th and 7 with 12 seconds to play in the second quarter. Will Michigan stay on the field and go for it with a long field goal attempt that it would be? They're going to go ahead and kick it. Will Hart to hold Jake Moody. It's a kick. The snapper, Andrew. Sorry, I think it's it's Andrew Robinson. The snap, Hart to hold Jake Moody to kick a 52-yarder. Moody snap good, kick. No good. And with 6 seconds left, maybe Florida can go ahead and take a shot. We've seen Felipe Franks throw a Hail Mary to the end zone from about 70 yards before. He's got a big arm, a big cannon, does Felipe Franks. Let's see. Maybe they'll just take it in because they do have the ball to start the second half. Up 13-10 here. And it looks like they will come out to take a knee. Franks. Yep, they will set up to take a knee indeed. So Franks lines up under center. Snaps it, and this one's going to the half. We will see you at the start of the second half. The score, Michigan 10, Florida 13. And welcome back. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been halftime. That's why Christian Baber. But like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. About to get started as the kickoff underway. Florida to receive. Taken from the end zone. Taking it right side is Tony, and he's stopped inside the 15. So good. Special teams coverage play by the Wolverines here into the third quarter. Score updates around the country. We got 2 games going on right now alongside this one. South Carolina 0, Virginia 14 into the third quarter. Nevada and Arkansas State tied at 0 apiece. Late stages of the first. So here's Florida's Felipe Franks with Jordan Scarlett to the right side, tied into the right as well. Felipe Franks back to throw. Back, delivers. Deep ball. Incomplete over the top. Intended for Jefferson Metellus. Defense for the Wolverines. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line. 14:49 to play here in the third quarter. Score 13-10. Florida with the lead in the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl, which is a game that's been going on in the first half, back and forth, going on this trend. 3 guys wide left with Scarlett to the right side alongside the tight end. Hikes the ball. Here's a keeper for Felipe Franks out to the 27-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and 8. Taken down here by Khalid Hudson. 3rd and they're marking it 7. Guess he was marked at the 14, so they're going to give him that 3rd and 7 mark at the 16.5-yard line. I think I said 26 and was thinking it was a touchback. I don't know why. Back to throw. Felipe Franks dumps it off underneath. It's going to be caught on a crossing route and getting to the sticks for a first down. Taken out of bounds finally by Michigan's David Long. There is a flag. Florida might be moving upfield a little bit more. It might be a late hit out of bounds. And it's on Florida. It's a legal shift. So it's going to bring that ball back inside the 10. So the illegal shift on the Gators. Make this 3rd and 13 now. Inside the 10, maybe. Oh, no, okay. It's going to be right outside the 10 at the 11.5-yard line. 3rd and 12 for the Gators. Felipe Franks with an empty backfield set. 2 guys going to split out wide right. 3 guys splits out wide left. Cornerbacks on all of them with all these DBs in there as well. In man in motion, they're going to get Tony. Fakes the handoff to Tony and getting out to the 12. Winovich on the tackle. It'll be a 4th and 12 coming up here. Stops him at the 12-ish yard line. Great job by Chase Winovich to make a play on the ball. And it's interesting to look at this. They had the revenge tour, but with this being the opening game last season, and they've talked about all the revenge from last season, maybe Florida is feeling a little bit vengeful for what Michigan did to them last season, 33-17, I believe, if I recall correctly, was the final score in that one. Standing at his own 40 is Donovan Peoples-Jones. Snap good, and here's the punt. Clean off, as here is Peoples-Jones going to field it from the 42. Side steps out of bounds at the 48, where we're going to see Shea Patterson take over with pretty good field positioning. Following the punt. Tommy Townsend send that one deep. So 13-10 game, a pretty good game so far on both sides of the ball. Florida and Michigan, 2 teams that have been bullied and praised throughout this season. Different times, but definitely Michigan for the last month, butt of all jokes following the Ohio State game and all after the Notre Dame game. But in between that, they had a lot of praise. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff to the left side to Turner. He stopped at around the 50-yard line. It will be a 2nd and 9. I'm marking it at the 49-yard line in Michigan territory. So the clock ticks down here. Gentry. Out to the right side, a very solid prospect, big hands, kind of a Gronk type, 6'8". Now he's going to motion that to the left side. True Wilson to the left side of Shea Patterson, man in motion to the right side, and it's short, back to throw. Patterson delivers right side, and it's going to be caught by Nico Collins. It marked it forward progress already. That was a little bit quick to call forward progress, but nonetheless, it's going to be a 3rd and 2 for the Wolverines into Florida territory. True Wilson still in the game, not going with a heavy set. Very interesting to see. Michigan usually go to the heavy set here, but True Wilson in the game to the right side of Shea Patterson as 7 guys in the box here. 6 guys in the box, for Florida. Man in motion is Gentry to the right side. Ikes the ball. Here's the fake handoff, and now the RPO gets a first down for Shea Patterson. A nice RPO. Ran to perfection. And that's the thing with Shea Patterson that we've noticed that's a lot better this year is the system is better for him. He's able to go ahead and move around a lot, make a lot more choices, make a lot more reads, and not be the end-all, be-all in the offense. You know, when at Ole Miss he doesn't do well, his team doesn't do well. When he did do well, this team would perform. And while here at Michigan, he's had bad games and really good games. His team has just performed for him. Deep ball, lays it out there. It's intercepted. Picked off out to the 20. Takes it out to the 30. Gentry could possibly get him out to the 40. Up the sideline. He's still in. Out of bounds at the 18. Florida with a big play by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Wow, and the Gators in business in Michigan territory. With 10:49 to play in the third quarter, Gardner-Johnson with the first interception of this ball game. By the way, I think I mentioned Tyree Cleveland earlier. It was my mistake. Tyree Cleveland is sitting out of this game. Don't know why, but he is. He wasn't on any of my injury reserved lists, and I had about 2. So 1 guy wide right, 2 guys wide left. He'd stepped out of bounds at the 45 is what they marked it. Chase Winovich with a big play in the backfield on LaMichael Pirine for a loss of 2 or 3. And what a play by Chase Winovich off the edge to go ahead and just crash down and make it tremendous respect on the side of Chase Winovich for his counterpart, Taylor. You've seen it throughout the game. Felipe Franks, empty backfield. Short shotgun formation here for Franks, standing in his own territory. Acts the ball, fakes the run. Now here's a quick throw for Franks. It's going to be caught. Van Jefferson. He's going to be marked short of the first down. It's a gain of about 8 yards. I believe 8 yards. Third and 5, indeed, it was 8 yards. So now another big third down for the Michigan defense, trying to get off the field. It's gone up both ways all game with Florida's third downs. Hasn't really been one-sided one way or another in terms of third down conversions, rather balanced. And Michigan's made some big plays on 3rd and short. Florida's made big plays on 3rd downs as well. Hikes the ball, quick pass underneath. It's going to be caught. LaMichael Pirine. Did he get there? No, stopped short. It'll be a 4th and about 1. Half a yard maybe. They need to get to the 34. They're marking it at the 35. Here we go. Felipe Franks under center. And if you're Michigan, you got to crowd that line of scrimmage. Felipe Franks' big body can sneak it ahead here. You got to get up. No one's over the right side of Felipe Franks. Calling the signals at the line of scrimmage. He can just go ahead and pull that, I think. Okay, now they press down. And whistle's blown. Timeout, Florida. And that will take us to our first break of the second half. 8:47 to play in the third quarter. Welcome back, Florida football, 4th and 1. Hikes the ball, gets it on a sweep. Tony out to the 20. Tony up the sidelines. Did he get there? Marking him out of bounds a couple yards short. They're marking him out at the 5, maybe? Yeah, at the 5. First and goal, Florida. What a play call by Dan Mullen. And I feel like that's been the biggest difference in the game is the play calling on the side of Dan Mullen. A lot more creative than Michigan. Michigan started off creative and kind of lost that creativity throughout the game with Shea Patterson pulling a couple. Now here's Felipe Franks motioning P. Ryan to the right side. Roll out to the right. He can keep it and he can run. He's going to go ahead and deliver out of bounds. Incomplete. Second and goal coming up here for the Gators at the 5-yard line. 8:11 to play here in the third quarter with the score 13-10. Gators. Trying to make some sort of statement in this ball game that, hey, look, we can be back in national relevance here in the next couple of years, and it starts here with a big Peach Bowl win, and you can kind of see a statement maybe that like Pete Carroll made with USC when he first got started. We're just getting started after the Orange Bowl against Iowa. Back to throw, throws underneath, touchdown Michael Pirine, and the Gators take the largest lead of the game. Gators chomping at the bit, no pun intended. Everything that Michigan's giving them, they're taking, and they're able to take advantage of any missed opportunities that Michigan has as an interception for a touchdown, or not for a touchdown, but turns into a touchdown after 44 yards. And the kick up and good, and we'll be back soon. (20-10) out here. Gators taking the lead. Wolverines to receive the kickoff. Following a touchdown drive for Florida that was started by an interception on an ill-advised throw into double coverage by Shea Patterson. And Shea Patterson's been better with turnovers, but in big moments, he's turned over the ball against Notre Dame, Ohio State, and now against Florida, as this one goes into the end zone for a touchback. 8:06 to play here in the third quarter. Here in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Coming out onto the field is Michigan. 25-yard line is Shea Patterson lining up in the pistol formation with Turner behind him. Christian Turner, the fourth-string quarterback coming into the season, playing throughout the season as a fourth-string guy. McKeon and Gentry on each side of Patterson. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff left side. Turner having to cut up field and gets back to the line of scrimmage, but is eventually met here. Tremendous job by the Florida front. Go ahead and get some good penetration as Adam Schuler comes up with the tackle. Second and 10, 7:35 to play here in the third quarter. Patterson with three guys wide right, one guy wide left. Gentry in motion to the left side as a tight end. Hikes the ball, back to throw. Patterson dumping off quickly on an out route, incomplete. Intended for Grant Perry. A nice play on the defensive side of the ball by David Reese of Florida. And a 3rd and 10 here, Michigan. The wheels starting to fall off for the Wolverines. Wilson to the left side. Patterson with 3 guys split wide right. Tight end to the left side. Patterson. Blitz showing up the middle, and they'll bring it. Hikes the ball back to throw. Patterson sacked. Out at the 20-yard line, brought down by Amari Burney. 4th and 15. The simplistic play calling and the inability to make reads at the line of scrimmage pre-snap is what is costing Michigan right now. And they got to get things together offensively if they want a shot in this game. 6:50 to play and counting in the 3rd quarter. Will Hart sends this one deep, a little bit better of a punt, and it's going to be fair caught at the 37-yard line where Felipe Franks and the red-hot Florida offense will take over. We'll be back. And we are back here. The Gators with the football here on 1st and 10. Throwing a tunnel screen. Swallowed up in the backfield for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 coming up after that play. Trayvon Grimes trying to get involved here. The transfer from Ohio State. Second and 12. Ball at the 34.5-yard line. Franks calling the signal. Jordan Scarlett to the right side. Franks with a tight end to the right, 3 guys wide left. Showing pressure off the right edge. Hikes the ball. They're going to bring it. Throws under pressure, incomplete. Intended for Van Jefferson. Coverage by Josh Metellus. 3rd and 12 coming up here for the Michigan Wolverines defense. Florida's Felipe Franks, 11 for 20, 115 yards and a touchdown in this ball game. 10.5 yards per completion. 8 targets to Van Jefferson, only 4 receptions out of that. 64 yards for him. Franks back to throw yet again, looking right. Now he's going to throw over the middle on a post. Caught! First down, it's Hammond. Dives down after catching it, Josh Hammond. We got whistles. And it might be an injured player. And we'll be back when we get the resolution. Back here, Florida 20, Michigan 10, 1st and 10 catch, and an injured player, didn't see who. 3 plays on this drive, all passes. Already got 28 yards in the first down for Florida, trying to extend their 10-point lead. Jordan Scarlett to the right side of Felipe Franks. At the 35, now he goes to the left side, tight end to the right. 3 guys wide left. Franks snaps it. There's a handoff. Scarlett takes it up the middle and gets a couple yards. Just he's taken down by Ross. 2nd and 8 coming up here for Florida as we tick down to the 5-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Coming up at the 4 o'clock hour. The college football playoff begins with Clemson and Notre Dame here on Bash at CFB Network. You can also find it on ESPN. 2nd and 8. Franks with Scarlett to the left side of him. 1 deep safety for Michigan. Hikes the ball. Here's another handoff. Jordan Scarlett breaking tackles. Scarlett won't go down easy. Scarlett makes a man miss. Scarlett short of the end zone at the 3. First down, Florida, and they are making statements here. The Big Ten looked pathetic yesterday against the SEC, and now they are not looking too good again against the SEC as Purdue got thrashed by Auburn, and now here's Michigan, who's supposed to be the 2nd best team and the 2nd highest ranked team in the Big Ten, going up against a probably 4th rated SEC team. Hikes the ball. Here's a handoff. Scarlett to the right side. Can't get in. Stopped at the 1. Taken down by Ross and Winovich. And Aiden Hutchinson as well, a freshman, got in there. Hutchinson, freshman from Dearborn, Michigan, 6'6". So pretty lengthy guy, a tall guy. 2nd and goal at the 1.5-yard line. Goal line set with 3 tight ends. Hikes the ball. Here's Felipe Franks. Can he get there? He's No signal. Stopped short. A half yard short. 3rd and goal. Michigan trying to hold, and I expect Florida to just get up and do it again. They got a full yard there. Almost got in. See if Michigan can hold. 3rd and goal. Half yard line, maybe even closer to the goal line than the 1. Buchanan to snap. Franks in the 3 tight end set. Has a deep back. Hikes the ball, fakes the handoff. Now here's a pitch. Scarlett! Touchdown! Jordan Scarlett! Florida is pulling away from the Wolverines right now. 1 yard for Jordan Scarlett on that touchdown run. 9 carries, 59 yards. And a touchdown now for Jordan Scarlett today. On to attempt the extra point is now Evan McPherson, and the Wolverines are in danger. Yep, it's good. 27-10, 2:34 to play. It's not quite over, but it's starting to slip out of Michigan's reach. We'll be back. Back here in the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl. Michigan gets the ball at the 25 after a touchback. Shea Patterson. Not the greatest game so far today. Here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. True Wilson behind him. Two guys wide on each side. Split out to the right is tight end Gentry. Hikes the ball back to throw. Throws quick. Grant Perry, left side, and it's going to be caught. Taken out of bounds at the 33-yard line, 2nd and 2. Nice first down play, and that's really been the difference in this ball game here so far for Michigan is how well are they doing on first and second down if they're able to move that football. If you get into a 3rd and short or a 2nd and short, they're having success on drives. Now here's a screen out to the right side. Nico Collins with a run out to the 46 after the catch finally taken down. Brad Stewart Jr. on the tackle there for the Gators. So we tick down to about 2 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Once again, the score is 27-10 Florida. Another quick screen to the left side. Donovan Peoples-Jones, and he's going to get a gain of about 1 or 2 yards after that catch. And 2nd down, this is the money down right now. If you can get a 3rd and 4 or closer or a first down on this play, that's going to really determine the outcome of the rest of the drive. You need to be able to do that consistently throughout the scheme because 3rd and longs, you're not going to be able to win this game against this Florida defense if you can't get into a 3rd and short. 2nd and 8 here. True Wilson, the back. He takes the handoff, and he's going to get a gain of about 3 or 4, making it 3rd and manageable. And that's a good job by the offensive staff for Michigan, Jim Harbaugh's crew, getting that into a 3rd and manageable. They're marking it 3rd and 5, but it's a little bit of a closer 5 yards. So here we go. Shea Patterson on 3rd and 5 with Evans to the right side. Tight end Gentry to the left side. 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right. Blitz shown out to the left side, Throws quick. It's going to be caught. Tariq Black. And Black, who had a pretty nice day in his debut as a Wolverine against Florida a year and a half ago, it seems like. Seems like forever ago. With 30 seconds and counting here in the 3rd quarter, maybe one more snap for the Wolverines. They don't need the play clock on. It is on technically, but I don't know why. I mean, it's 1 second difference between the game clock and the play clock. Mason into the game to the right side. Turner to the left. Now Mason's going to split out to the right. Here on this 3rd down, first down, it looks like they're going to run it up the middle, and they will. Turner getting a nice gain on 1st down to end this 3rd quarter. Into the 4th quarter, will Florida capture a 10-win season? Or will Michigan be able to come back and win the Peach Bowl for their first New Year's Six win? We'll see when we come back here on Bash CFB Network. Welcome back. It'll be about 2nd and 5 as we enter the fourth quarter. The fourth and final. Ben Mason, the deep back here, gets the handoff. Mason going to, oh no, he doesn't. It's Gentry on the pass here. He's lowering the shoulder out to around the 20, and it'll be stopped at the 21-yard line. So 1st and 10 now for the Michigan Wolverines, seeking their first 10-win season is Florida since 2015. They need to come up with a stop here on defense. Now Evans goes to the left side with 2 tight end sets. Eubanks to the left side and McKeon to the right. Hikes the ball, fakes the handoff back to throw. Patterson looking in, some delivers. Incomplete, flag thrown. Now, I agree with the call here. Flag thrown on the right side. It's going to be Trey Dean, the freshman defensive back, who gets called on this. It's been a relatively clean game, especially in the secondary. Not too many pass interferences. In fact, that might have been the first one, if I recall correctly. And it will be on Florida. Trey Dean. So 1st and goal. Wolverines at the 6. Evans is the deep back. McKeon to the right. Eubanks to the left side. Both in the backfield, so the wide receivers on the edges are lined up ahead. Hikes the ball. Here's Evans trying to bust outside. Can't. Getting inside the 5. There's a flag. Might be a face mask on Florida. Looks like they're going to call this one on Brad Stewart. It looks like they called Michigan for holding. I thought I saw a face mask, but no, they're going to call holding. And by the looks of it, this one was called on Andrew Stuber, excuse me. 14-11 and counting. Now down nearing 14 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Michigan's got a 4th and goal at the 16, shooting themselves right there. True Wilson, the deep back in the ace formation. 2 tight ends, 1 on each side, Gentry and Eubanks. Motioning over Eubanks to the left side to get 2 tight ends to the left. Fakes the handoff to Wilson. Back to throw. Pressure from the right side. Now he's going to roll out to the right side after avoiding it and steps up and gets a couple yards here out to the 14-yard line. It will be a 2nd and goal. Still a lot of yards to get to that goal line, and they might be really playing this for a possible field goal to make it 2 possessions again. I don't know if I want to do that. You get this close to the end zone, you want to get that ball in the end zone, because if you can have another shot at a 45, 50-yard field goal, you'll have to take it at some point, and you don't want to have to stick it in the end zone at the end of the game. Man in motion, Peoples-Jones out to the left side. 2 guys wide right, 1 guy wide left with split short tight end Zach Gentry. Back to throw. Pressure. Throws. It's going to be caught. Peoples-Jones. And he's down at the 7, and it'll be a 3rd and goal. Where are they marking it? They're marking him at the 8-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 8. It'll be interesting to see what Florida does on the defensive side, if they will send about 6, 7 guys, maybe even 8 into the end zone, and maybe spy Patterson and send 6 guys into the end zone, bring a 4-man rush. Or if they're going to bring some pressure here. I doubt they're going to bring pressure this close to the goal line, because you can get a quick pass that will end up in 6. Patterson in the shotgun formation with True Wilson to the left side. Hikes the ball back to throw. 4-man rush, delivers. It's caught Tyreek Black! Touchdown Wolverines! Tyreek Black with the catch. Getting it over the freshman defensive back, Trey Dean. In a tremendous job by Tyreek Black going to that ball and being able to hang on to that. And it might be reviewed, but I don't really see a bobble. I just saw that ball kind of pinned against the shoulder pad, and yep, they are reviewing it. So 27-16, they had a touchdown called back because Christian Turner stepped out of bounds on a long touchdown run. That ended up in a turnover on downs. That could have easily been 7 points. Michigan controlled the entire first half, but only had trailed really by 3 points after controlling it. And then now in the second half, Florida's controlled it, and Florida hasn't allowed any points till this point, and we'll see if it stands. 12:20 to play here in the fourth quarter. And they are saying touchdown on the Michigan sideline. They believe it's a touchdown. Tyreek Black is a little bit concerned as we're watching his reaction right now. Got Ambry Thomas coming over to him and saying it's 6. I mean, might be. I think they're going to give it to him. And it is overturned by the looks of it, 27-10. Wow. So now the field goal unit might have to come onto the field, and indeed it is Jake Moody to come onto the field. Florida can get a block here. That would be ginormous and possibly the dagger in this ball game. Moody could possibly make this a 2-score game now, 2 touchdowns to tie it up. Like I said, you wanted to kind of avoid this situation, but you couldn't do really much more here. 26-yard attempt for Jake Moody. Snap, good kick right down the middle. And Michigan makes it a 14-point game. We'll be right back here. Florida football when we return. Welcome back out here in Atlanta. The score is 27-13. Michigan making it a little closer. Quinn Nordine to send this one deep. My bad, Jake Moody. It still is Jake Moody. I was probably saying a couple times Quinn Nordine, but it is Jake Moody who sends this one deep. And a fair catch called at the 1 yard line, taking this out to the 25. New Year's Six Bowl opener here in the Peach Bowl. We got a couple more coming up today. I don't know if you've heard about these games. It's something called the Capital One Orange Bowl, which is a primetime game between two random schools called Alabama and Oklahoma. I don't know. And the Cotton Bowl Classic as well. Like, that's another strange one. Between Notre Dame and Clemson. I don't even know where Clemson is. And Notre Dame, what the heck does that mean? But in all seriousness, it'll be on this network. I do know football. I'm just messing with you guys. Here's a shotgun formation for Felipe Franks. Hands it off to Michael Pirine right side, and Pirine's going to get a nice gain of about 4 yards. And an injured Wolverine. Same injury we had earlier, or same player we had earlier. Looked like it's Michael Dwumfor. He was able to walk off the field on his own. He also made the tackle too. So now mixing around the alignments here to get Chase Winovich possibly isolated as he was on that left side, and now he's moved to the right side from the defensive perspective. Hikes the ball. Winovich rushing left side, pressure, throws it away. No flag for grounding. There was a receiver in the area. It'll be a 3rd and 6, but it's still manageable for Felipe Franks and the Florida Gators. 11:29 to play here in the fourth quarter. Plenty of time for Michigan to come back, but they need to stop here, and this third down can go far. And it really takes one play to really make this a ball game. Felipe Franks, 12 for 22, 145 yards, and a touchdown. Darius Toney is going to get caught for a target there. 3 targets, only 1 reception, and didn't have any yards on the said reception. Motions out Pirine to the right side to make it 3 guys wide right, 2 guys wide left. Pressure shown off the edge. Hikes the ball. Here's the throw. Over the top, wide open. Caught diving in a first down out to the 42. And the Gators... Sionte Lewis goes up and gets it. It was a little bit overthrown, but able to come down with it was Lewis for a big first down for the Gators. Felipe Franks lining up in the backfield. Pirine to the right side. Tight end also to the right side. Calling the signals at the line of scrimmage here. 1st and 10. Franks back to throw, looking left. Franks pressured, he's brought down. Chase Winovich in there, gets his legs, and also 3 more guys on the defensive side. Ross as well. But really, it was caused by Winovich being able to dive after his legs, having very little window to get to Felipe Franks at that point. And whistles blown, 10:31, clock stopped, and it looks like we got an injured Gator out on the field. No, it's an injured Wolverine in the secondary. And that's David Long. So we'll be right back. And welcome back out here to the Chick-Fil-A Peach Bowl as we are set up here with Florida having the ball at the 50-yard line. Four guys wide left. P. Ryan's wide left, Jefferson's wide left, Hammond and Grimes with a tight end to the right side. Watch for the quarterback power to the right side to gain a few yards. Hikes the ball. No, it's going to be a backward screen. They're going to throw back. Jefferson, Felipe Franks, and great job by Michigan in pursuit, stopping Franks at the 47. It'll be 3rd and 20. A decent play call, but I would have been very interested to see if they could have done another backwards pass to set up deep. I don't think they would have had time, but if they had blockers in front of Felipe Franks, they could have bought a second or two after Franks caught the ball to throw it. But now with a 3rd and 20, what are you supposed to do? Play conservative, I would suggest. I wouldn't try to get it all back. I would definitely try to play conservative so I can pin Michigan deep, so that way they have to drive a longer field, go ahead and chew some clock these next two plays, just run the ball with P. Ryan. Hikes the ball. They're going to do that. Hand off to P. Ryan. He's going to slice upfield. Out to the 35. P. Ryan. Touchdown on 3rd and 20. Unbelievable. Wow. Florida is up by 2 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns in the Michael P. Ryan 53-yard touchdown rush in the dagger. 6 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown. In the number 1 defense for Michigan just looks worse again for a second game in a row. P. Ryan to the house. Snap good, kick good. 34-13. We'll be back to conclude this ball game. Welcome back. A fantastic precursor to this day as Michigan, who started out with a 10-6 lead, seemed like they controlled for the most part the entire first half, maybe with the exception of the last 2 minutes. Second half completely outplayed by the Gators, outscored since about the 2-minute mark of the maybe a little bit sooner than that. But in the second quarter, or second half, outscored 21-3 is Michigan. So 28-3 if you include the last touchdown of the first half, in which Florida took the lead and hasn't looked back. Michigan 13, Florida 34. And if Michigan has a chance in this ballgame, they got to score quickly. Not quite out of it. The comeback is not unreasonable. But you can't, if you want to come back, or if you want to just pare it down and, send in your backups, or not backups, but like take out all the prospects, you got a couple minutes to do so. Ike's the ball. Turner to the left side. Turner falling forward out to the 6. Gain of 4. It would take a miracle, really, though, for Michigan. Something you don't see every day to happen for Michigan to win, especially how their offenses look. They got moving, though, last possession, and with a 2nd and 4 now, very manageable, but they got to keep going quick. Patterson in the shotgun, snaps it quick. Throws underneath, it's going to be caught. Christian Turner out to the 45, turns it up, not going out quickly. It's going to be stopped at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10, Wolverines. Keep going quick to that line of scrimmage. They are not huddling up, and Michigan does huddle up. Okay, now they're huddling up, but they might be doing a quick huddle nonetheless. So now here's Evans lining up to the left side of Patterson on the right hash mark. 1 guy wide right, 2 guys wide left with Gentry to the right side. Patterson snaps the ball. Play action, throws a screen, incomplete, too high. It's into there for Grant Perry. Taken hit in the air by Dean. 2nd and 10 coming up here. And now you got to get at least 5 yards on this play. You cannot be sitting in a 3rd and long situation right now. You have to score a touchdown before probably about the 6-minute mark, or you're out of this game. 2 tight ends in the game. Eubanks to the left side in the backfield, while Gentry's on the right side, lined up on the line of scrimmage. 2 guys wide left. Evans slightly to the right side of Patterson, but in the pistol. Back to throw. Patterson's going to step up. Pressured and sacked. 3rd and 13. It will take a miracle now. Schuler getting a sack. Another big play by him. 8 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Michigan huddling up, and it looks like they're starting to pare down, and they're starting to really concede this defeat. 3rd and 14. Patterson. 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right with Gentry to the right side. In between the hash marks, Drew Wilson to the left side of him. Nickel formation here for the Gator, showing pressure off the right side. Back to throw. Dumps it off short, and Drew Wilson gets it batted away. And with 4th and 14, it looks like we are just about done. Joseph makes the play. Tremendous play by Joseph to go ahead and recognize the screen and slip onto it. And now with the biggest, they're essentially conceding defeat right now. They're going to go ahead and send on Will Hart to punt the ball away here on this 4th and 14. Coming up top of the hour, as we are about 45 minutes away, probably more like an hour away from kickoff, but almost 45 minutes away from coverage starting of the Cotton Bowl Classic. Here's the punt, sending it deep, and if I was Florida, I would not even – oh, he's fielding it at the 10 and take it down at the 13, 14-yard line. Now Florida has the football. They can run out the clock here. Michigan, the Big Ten against the SEC in bowl season is 0-2, and Michigan – with another bowl loss. This is their 3rd straight. We'll be back. We are back here just capping off this game. 15-yard line for Felipe Franks. Checking in a new running back into the backfield. Damian Pierce getting the carry and loses about 3 yards. Marshall on the tackle. Winovich still in the game. They're not quite going to give up, but this game seems to be all but over. 2nd and 13 with 7 minutes and counting to play, fourth quarter. Hand off of the middle, and again, nowhere to go for Pierce. Ball at the 11.5. Three guys wide right, one guy wide left with Pierce to the left side of Felipe Franks. 3rd and 13 here. Clock ticking down, 10 seconds on the play clock, under 6 minutes. Hikes the ball back to throw. Now Franks is going to tuck it. He's going to keep the left side, and he's not going to get there. Stopped short by Tyreek Kennel. 4th and 3. And Florida's going to have to punt to Michigan. So Michigan, let's see if they are conceding still or if they're going to go ahead and try. Fourth and 5. Kick blocked again! Touchdown! No, safety! Wolverines, I believe, and indeed, second punt block, and maybe that will spark something for Michigan. 34-15. Wow. I'm just laughing at the fact that, I've never really seen a game where you've had 2 blocked punts, especially one. I can't recall a single one, but even if it had happened, it would not be by the team who's losing by 19 points. That is crazy. That's just crazy to me. So now a free kick from the 20-yard line. So here's the return. Donovan Peoples-Jones out to the right side. Peoples-Jones sidestepping. Sorry, that's not even Peoples-Jones. My bad. Looks like that was actually Ronnie Bell. Here we go, Michigan. Has the ball, 4:52 to play in the fourth quarter, down 19. Patterson back into the game. Maybe one last gasp. We'll see what Michigan can do. Chris Turner, deep back, one guy wide right, one guy wide left. Sorry, 2 guys wide left with Gentry to the left side as a tight end here on the right hash mark. Ball marked at the 30-yard line. Patterson and whistles. Looks like movement on Michigan. Patterson snaps the ball back to throw. Patterson looking left. Throws lofted. Picked off. 20, 10. Touchdown. Gators. Wow. Gardner Johnson again. 40-15. Gators. Unbelievable. $40-15. You'd be lying if you thought Florida was going to come in here and whoop up on Michigan. You would be a liar. Oh, man. 41-15. We will stay here, I guess, I think. I don't know. And this pretty much declares the SEC for sure the best conference in football. And here's the kick for Florida, and it's going to be a touchback as we cap off this ball game. An injured Gator. Ventrell Miller is down for the Gators. Scores around the country. Virginia 28. South Carolina nothing. Nada. Wow. It's definitely surprising. Arkansas State 7, Nevada 3 into the third quarter. First and 10, man in motion. Hikes the ball. Back to throw. Patterson rolling out to the right. Throws on the run. Caught, and they're going to mark him in bounds. Donovan Peoples-Jones out to the 43. First and 10. 4:15 to play here in the fourth quarter. Hikes the ball back to throw. Shea Patterson dumps it off to the left side. It's going to be caught. Grant Perry. Perry stutters. Gets out of bounds after a gain of about 9. Coming up, top of the hour as we hit near the 3:30 mark right now, just a few minutes off of it. We're going to see Clemson take on Notre Dame in the Capital One. Oh, sorry, wrong bowl game. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. Hikes the ball, dumps it off. True Wilson, 45-yard line, spun forward as Jefferson makes the tackle. First and 10 coming up here for the Wolverines. 41-15 is definitely a shock. Michigan just, is going to be the butt of all jokes because it's kind of like a couple seasons ago. Started out very quick a couple seasons ago, going 10-0 and then losing to Iowa. Then losing to Ohio State a couple weeks later as Patterson rolls out. He's scrambling under heavy pressure, unloads incomplete, intended for True Wilson. 3 targets, 2 receptions, 6 yards for True Wilson. But back to what I was saying. Michigan is, after that, and then losing to Florida State, even though it was a tremendous game, losing to Florida State, losing 3 of your last 4 and then turning around and going 8-4 there and being basically a 9-7, I think it was, in their last, 8-5, being like 9-8 in the last 17 games prior to the season. 9-9 after Notre Dame. That's right. As he throws, and I think this one's going to be caught. No, incomplete. Sorry, incomplete. That was weird. But Michigan comes into the season. They're 9-9 through the last 18 games after Notre Dame. Then they go on to win more games than they had won through the last year and a half, the last 18 games, winning 10 games in a row, then falling to Ohio State by 23, allowing 62, and now here against Florida. Back to throw. Patterson rolls out to the right side. He's brought down. Sacked. Tremendous job up front. C.C. Jefferson, who's been rather quiet today, makes that play. So we've heard plenty of C.J. Henderson. I said Jefferson earlier. It was Henderson, by the way. So here's a 4th and 15. Michigan's just going to go for it. But back to what we were talking about. Let's go ahead and look at the Florida perspective. You lose 7 games last year. You go 4-7, losing to your rivals, Florida State, as Patterson delivers deep on a corner, incomplete, out of bounds, and turnover on downs. Florida can just run out this clock. You look at Florida, though, 4-7 last year. 2016 wasn't that pretty either. And you come in here in 2018, have a 10-win season, go 10-3, 3 losses to quality opponents, being Georgia, Kentucky, beating LSU. I can't remember who the 3rd loss was to, though. Let me check. So they lose to Kentucky. They lost to Missouri, an inexcusable loss. And they lost to Georgia as well. They still don't really have a bad loss, though. Missouri is a top 25 team. He's running it up the middle. 2-yard gain for Damon. Emory Jones, by the way, in the game. Damian Pierce on the run. Hikes the ball. Emory Jones going to keep it and go down after a gain of maybe 5. It'll be a 3rd and 3. Emory Jones started the second half, I believe it was, at least. got going there, and then Felipe Franks checked in. Just a little bit of a wrinkle. 3rd and 4 coming up here. Dameon Pierce, maybe, possibly, we could see this backfield again. Dameon Pierce and Emory Jones. Jones, very quick quarterback. Getting all the seniors in garbage time here. Hikes the ball. Here's a handoff. And nowhere to go. 4th and 4. So they're going to have to run one more play, whether it's punt or not. And there's a Gatorade bath for Dan Mullen. Florida Gators, 2018 Chick-Fil-A Bowl champions. We are just 30 seconds away from officially being able to say that. And hikes the ball and stopped. Michigan football. After a gain of 3. So just probably about one more play for the Wolverines, and then we can say this one's over. Game's not over, though, so people need to get off the field. Florida started coming onto the field as if the game was over, but it's not. Emory Jones on the last rush, by the way. Dan Mullen's visor soaked. The journey from Starkville, Mississippi, now out to Gainesville, Florida, where he's brought Florida back to prominence. A top 10 finish in the college football playoff ranking, and more than likely a top 4 finish overall. Now into the game to run maybe one more play is Joe Milton. Drew Wilson to the right side. Hikes the ball. Milton's going to throw it to the right side. Left side. Donovan Peoples-Jones up the sideline, going to skate out of bounds. And with 6 seconds left, game's not over. Got to stay on the sideline. Flag down. Milton at the quarterback position, 3 guys wide left or right, 1 guy wide left, and they might just chuck it to the end zone here. I don't know. Back to throw. Milton's going to take it. He's going to run to the right side. Milton sidesteps, goes out of bounds at the 35. Time expires. Florida wins. And a great season for the Florida Gators, winning it 10 games. 10 total games. Dan Mullen gives his players a hug. He's going to get the interview here in a bit. Thank you guys for tuning in for this broadcast. We got 2 more coming. Have you ever heard of the college football playoff? Well, that's coming up. We'll see you guys back here in about 20 minutes. Real quick, looking at comments. Go Gators. F Michigan. Michigan is garbage. Touchdown Gators with a broken run. Yep, tremendous. Brandon Marshall sharing his thoughts. Appreciate it. Christian Barber tuning in. Thank you. And Booge as well. And Beverly Washington is fandom for Michigan. Stay loyal despite the fact that this is not quite the way you wanted it to go. 41-15 final. We will see you guys in about 20 to 25 minutes for the Cotton Bowl Classic presented by Goodyear. We'll see you then.